always his devotees. What a wonderful chapter to be dwell on it. So I will read one paragraph as we have a couple of days gap, one day, Sunday. My dear Lord, today my home has become purified by your presence. I have become the most fortunate person in the world, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is worshipable by all different kind of demigods, pitras, living entities, kings and emperors, and who is the super soul of everything, has come into my house. The water of his lotus feet is purifying the three worlds, and now he has kindly come to my place. Who is there in the three worlds among factually learned men who will not take shelter of your lotus feet and surrender unto you? Who, knowing well that no one can be affectionate as you are to your devotees. Maybe that sentence may reside in our heart. This is so foolish that someone can decline to become your devotees. Throughout the Vedic literature, it is declared that you are the dearmost friends of every living entity. This is confirmed in the Bhagavad Gita. Shuhadam Sarvabhutanam. You are the Supreme Personality of Godhead, completely capable of fulfilling the desire of your devotees. You are the real friend of everyone. In spite of giving yourself to your devotees, you are never depleted of your original potency. Your potency neither decreases nor increases in volume. This is the Akrura is making those things, speaking about Lord Sri Krishna. So Akrura continued, my dear Lord, it is very difficult for even the great mystic yogis and demigods to ascertain your movement. You cannot be approached by them. And yet, out of your causeless mercy, you have kindly consented to come to my home. What a beautiful advice he's doing. This is the most auspicious moment in the journey of my material existence. Very bold. So unless and until we have the presence of Krishna in our heart, auspicious moment is far away from us. By your grace only, I can just understand that my home, my wife, my children, and my worldly possessions are all different bonds to material existence. Only by his mercy. So until we get his mercy, we will be entrapped by those impulsions of getting some material comfort. Please, Akrura is telling Krishna, cut the knot and save me from this entanglement of false society, friendship, and love. Haribol. So Lord Sri Krishna was extremely pleased by Akrura's offering of these wonderful prayers. His smile was captivating Akrura's more and more. The Lord replied him as follows. Whenever we make the prayer, Krishna always responds to his devotee's prayer. If we have our heart keep pure. As always, Sachinanand Maharaj thought always today come in my mind. Transformation of the heart is required. We need to understand why this. You know, this is the favorite one three-step meditation. And I think Maharaj has removed from the Google. Before that it was there. I have the vague memory of this three-step. I have written down, but I couldn't find that page. But Maharaj says, even living within this material world, if someone can follow the three steps of meditation, they can see Krishna face to face. That's Satchidananda Swami Maharaj words. What is the three steps? First step is to realize and act on the level. Then I'm very insignificant. I have no qualification or no strength on my own. Only Krishna can bestow by his mercy if I can somehow or other please by my actions. So we should be totally submissive, like humility, all these virtues should be imbibed in our life. Second thing, if anything happen in our life, any incidents take for granted, dwell on it. It says the first time we won't be able to understand anything. But if you are sincerely seeking with that mood of surrendering, slowly and slowly, if you practice it, why this thing happened in my life, you will get an answer. And not only you will find the answer, but exactly why that these things happen at that particular moment also will be revealed to us. That's what Satchidananda Swami Maharaj says. If we be sincerely looking for the hands of Krishna in our life, everything will remain totally clear. And then we will come to the platform of acceptance that yes, whatever Krishna does is 100% right. I surrender to his will. And then also Maharaj says that we should pray for it. That Krishna, I don't have a strength to cross over those or to understand the hard facts of my life. Please give me the intelligence so I can grasp those points. And after that, also be kind and merciful to me that I will be able to overcome those so I don't have to face those circumstances again in the future. And finally, Maharaj says the third prayer, we should beg the mercy of all our previous Acharya, as our well-wisher, who has helped us in our devotional life. Pray to the lotus feet, please help me realize why I'm going through what I'm going through in my life. And Maharaj says that if somebody sincerely practice, they will be able to see Krishna face to face. Haribol. So here, now Krishna is replied to Akrura, my dear Akrura, in spite of your submissiveness, I consider you to be my superior, on the level with my father and teacher and most well-wishing friend. How kind he is. You are therefore worshipable by me. And since you are my uncle, I'm always to be protected by you. He is the creator, maintainer, and destroyer, but he is presenting himself to seek the protection from Akrura. Look at this. I desire to be maintained by you because I am one of your own children. Apart from this filial relationship, you are always to be worshipped. Anyone who desires good fortune must offer his respectful obeisances unto personalities like you. Haribol. You are more than the demigods. People go to worship the demigod when they are in need of some sense gratification. The demigods offer benedictions to the devotees after being worshipped by them. But a devotee like Akrura is always ready to offer the greatest benedictions to the people. A saintly person or devotee is free to offer benedictions to everyone, whereas the demigods can offer benediction only after being worshipped. One can take advantage of the place of pilgrimage only after going there. By worshipping the particular demigod, it takes a long time for fulfillment of the desire. But saintly persons like you, my dear Akrura, can immediately fulfill all the desire of the devotees. And Krishna promised, story after story. Any great devotee, pure devotee has made any promise to whoever, Krishna has never failed to fulfill those promises. My dear Akrura, you are always our friend and well-wisher. You are always ready to act for our welfare. Kindly, therefore, go to Hastinapur and see what arrangement has been made for the Pandavas. So Krishna actually was very anxious to know about the son of Pandu, because at a very young age they had lost their father. Being very friendly to his devotees, Krishna was anxious to know about them. Krishna is always anxious to know our situation. I think he must be crying looking at our situation. But what can he do? And therefore, he deputed Akrura to go to Hastinapur and get information of the real situation. Krishna continued to say to Akrura, I have heard that after the death of King Pandu, his young sons Yudhishthir, Bhima, Arjuna, Nakul and Sahdev, along with their widow mother, have come under the charge of Dhritarashtra, who is to look after them as their guardian. But I have also heard that Dhritarashtra is not only blind from birth, but also blind in his affection for his cruel son Duryodhana. The 5 Pandavas are the son of King Pandu, but Dhritarashtra, due to his plans and design, is not favorably disposed toward the Pandavas. Please kindly go there and study how Dhritarashtra is dealing with the Pandavas. On receipt of your report, I shall consider how to favor the Pandavas. See, he wants to get exact detail, and then he will make, any actions that Krishna does is so perfect in all respect. Nobody can do that. In this way, the Supreme Personality Godhead Krishna ordered Akrura to go to Hastinapur, and then he returned home accompanied by Balram and Uddhava. Thus ends the Bhaktivedanta purport of the 47th chapter of Krishna. Krishna pleases his devotees. Chapter 48, relevant to all of us, ill-motivated Dhritarashtra. Thus being ordered by the Supreme Personality of Godhead Sri Krishna, Akrura visited Hastinapur. Hastinapur is said to be the site of what is now called New Delhi. The part of New Delhi, which is still known as Indraprastha, is accepted by people in general as the old capital of the Pandavas. The very name Hastinapur suggests that there were many Hastis or elephant because the Pandavas kept many elephants in the capital, and that's why it's called Hastinapur. Chariots and all other opulences. When Akrura reached Hastinapur, he saw that the capital was full of all kind of opulences. The kings of Hastinapur were taken to be the ruling kings of the whole world. Their fame was widely spread throughout the entire kingdom, and their administration was conducted under the good counsel of learned Brahmanas. So after seeing a very opulent capital city, Akrura met with King Dhritarashtra. He also saw grandfather Bhishma sitting with him. After meeting them, he went to see Vidura and then Vidura's sister Kunti. One after another, he saw the son of Somadatta and the king of Bahilika, Dronacharya, Kripacharya, Karna, and Suyodhana. Suyodhana is another name of Duryodhana. He saw the five Pandava brothers and other friends and relatives living in the city. What a great accomplishment of the instructions of Krishna. He doesn't want to just get from one person, he wants to get the whole picture. Akrura was known as the son of Gandhi. So whomever he met was very pleased to receive him. He was offered a good seat at his receptions, and he inquired all about his relatives' welfare and other activities. Since Akrura was deputed by Lord Krishna to visit Hastinapur, it is understood that he was very intelligent in studying a diplomatic situation. Dhritarashtra was unlawfully occupying the throne after the death of King Pandu, despite the presence of Pandu's sons. Akrura wanted to study the whole situation by remaining there. He could understand very well that ill-motivated Dhritarashtra was much inclined in favor of his own sons. In fact, Dhritarashtra had already usurped the kingdom and was now instigating and planning to dispose of the five Pandava brothers. Akrura knew also that all the sons of Dhritarashtra, headed by Duryodhana, were very crooked politicians. Dhritarashtra did not act in accordance with the good instructions given by Bhishma and Vidura, but he was being conducted by the ill instructions of such person as Karna, Shakuni, and others. Akrura decided to stay in Hastina for a few months to study the whole political situations that evolved. Gradually, Akrura learned from Kunti and Vidura that Dhritarashtra was very intolerant and envious of the five Pandava brothers. Why? Because of their extraordinary learning in military science and their greatly developed bodily strength. They acted as true heroes, exhibited all the good qualities of Kshatriyas, and were very responsible princes, always thinking of the welfare of their citizens. Akrura also learned that the envious Dhritarashtra, in consultation with his ill-advised son, had tried to kill the Pandavas by poisoning them. What extent people can go down just for little wealth and fame. Akrura happened to be one of the cousins of Kunti. Therefore, after meeting him, she began to inquire about her paternal relatives. Thinking of her birthplace, actually she began to cry. She asked Akrura whether her father, mother, brothers, sisters, and other friends at home were still remembering her. She especially inquired about Krishna and Balram, her glorious nephews. So Kunti is asking, does Krishna, who is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is very affectionate to his devotees, remember my sons? Does Balram remember us? Inside herself, Kunti felt like a sea deer in the midst of tigers. And actually, her position was like that. After the death of her husband, King Pandu, she was supposed to take care of the five Pandava children. But Dhritarashtra was always planning to kill them. She was certainly living as a poor, innocent animal in the midst of several tigers. Being a devotee of Lord Sri Krishna, she was always thinking of him and expecting that one day Krishna would come and save them from their dangerous position. This is what we need to learn from Kunti Devi. She inquired from Akrura whether Krishna proposed to come to advise the fatherless Pandavas how to get free of the intriguing policy of Dhritarashtra and his sons. By talking with Akrura about all these affairs, she felt herself helpless and began to exclaim. Here is the Kunti's words. My dear Krishna, you are the supreme mystic, the super soul of the universe. You are the real well-wisher of the whole universe. My dear Govinda, at this time, you are far away from me. Yet, I pray to surrender unto your lotus feet. At the present moment, I'm very much grief-stricken with my five fatherless sons. I can fully understand that but for your lotus feet, there is no shelter or protections, but a realization. Your lotus feet can deliver all aggrieved soul because you are the Supreme Personality of Godhead. One can be saved from the clutches of repeated birth and death, by your mercy only. My dear Lord Sri Krishna, you are the Supreme Pure One, the Super Soul and the Master of all the yogis. What can I say? I can simply offer my respectful obeisances unto you. Accept me as your fully surrendered devotees. Haribol. This is a nice place to stop. We should be punctual in our service. It's 6:53, so time to end the session. So many other devotees may have other duties to perform, so we don't want to hold them. But with those thoughts, having repeated instruction through the songs, through reading the Krishna book, we may pray at the lotus of Krishna that one day please enlighten how kind and merciful you are. So we can easily always depend on your words and your actions and make our life successful. So with those thoughts, always remain happy, jubilant, and totally fearless. And whoever you come across, give them a kind word that their life also becomes successful and totally fearless. Nothing should make us in anxiety or anything. Krishna is very kind. Always keep the shelter at his lotus feet, and then you will see your life will change in a direction where you don't have to worry about anything. So with those thoughts, I would like to offer my humble obeisances at the desk of those wonderful Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis, taking so many austerity, getting up early in the morning. What to speak of those great souls? 5 or 6 were there mentioned: Ishwar Krishna Prabhu, Advaita Chandra Prabhu, Silpi Nisika Mataji, Abhay Charan Prabhu, Neeraj Srivastava, and uh, uh, Nissan Sharma. Oh, great. And Sneha Mataji is traveling, otherwise she also always there. Today I joined at 1:30 and this personality was always there. I don't know what time they join, how much they sleep. So I'm really in debt to all of you who joined from Connecticut, New Hampshire, Aurora, Illinois, New York, New Jersey, Cottonville, Virginia, Boston, Boise, Atlanta, Phoenix, Tempe, Austin, College Station, San Jose, Portland, Dallas, Detroit, Chicago, Naperville, Philadelphia, Charlotte, Baltimore, Baton Rouge, Alachua, Orlando, Jacksonville, Ohio, St. Louis, Loganville, Georgia, San Diego, Alaska, Maine, Ottawa, New Orleans, Laguna Beach, Vancouver, Toronto, Calcutta, New Delhi, Houston, Fresno, and sometime we have the girls from Jammu and Kashmir. They are studying, so they wrote me that Prabhuji, whenever we have a time, we will try to join. So the devotees who has to